your during Ashish.
We are live on YouTube now and we can start now.
Yes, ma'am. A warm welcome and a very good afternoon to one and all. I welcome all the participants in this online seminar. We all have gathered today to attend this very, very informative session on career in finance. It is organized by Commerce Department under the guidance of Dr. Srinivas Manekar, sir, HOD, Commerce Department. Thank you, sir. And last but not least, at all this program is supported by our admirable principal, Dr. Tanuja Nafde, madam. As we know, the majority of the graduates, postgraduates from any background, like BCom, BBA, BCom, yeah, MCom, MBA, or BCC, majority of the students incline towards finance as a specialization. And why not so? There are tremendous opportunities and scope in finance as of now. And so as a demand of the time, importance of the time, with due all the support from all the ends, for today's program, we invite our honorable guest, Dr. Ganesh Pathare, sir. I, Samir Kuduple, behalf of RS Mundle Dharampet Arts and Commerce College, Nagpur, I welcome Dr. Ganesh Pathare, sir. It's my privilege to introduce our honorable guest, Pathare, sir. He is a faculty of finance, Maharashtra Education Society, Garware College of Commerce, Pune. He has a very rich, vast experience in academics and in the field of research. He has done his postgraduate in commerce, MPhil, and PhD from Savitribai Phule, Pune University. 9 times he qualified SET and NET examination in commerce and different subjects also. He has published and presented 45 research papers in UGC listed journals. Sir has written various books on business communication, business entrepreneurship and environment, banking and finance, taxation, and the list goes on. As of now, Dr. Pathare is heading the project of financial literacy as a principal investigator of the project, which is initiated by the Reserve Bank of India. Also invited by the James Cook University, Singapore, to attend and participate in the workshop on research. Once again, I thank to Dr. Pathare, sir, to accept our invitation here now, and welcome once again. Now, the closing speech. I hope everyone is well aware of the theme concerning the seminar. We had a great time having you all. Looking forward to many more such seminars, engaging more people and on a greater level. Now I request to Dr. Ganesh Pathare, sir, to take a charge of the session. Welcome, sir. Thank you.
Am I audible to everyone? Sir, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Is my voice clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's clear.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for kind introduction.
Welcome,
Just
sir.
wait, let me share the screen. Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. Okay. So basically, today we are here to discuss about career in finance. Okay. The word finance means whenever we think about the word finance, everybody knows the meaning of that word finance. You may be from finance background, you may not be from finance background, but we have certain understanding about the word finance in our mind, right? Any word means if you take the example of finance, if you take the example of money, if you take the example of banking, so we have some understanding about that particular word. I request participant to please mute yourself. I'm getting some noise from your side. Yeah, thank you. So the question comes in your mind that what is exactly mean by finance? Everybody is talking about finance, and as we know that we say that finance is the blood of every business. Without finance, no one can survive. No business can survive. But here, the prime responsibility of individual is to understand the term finance, right? So different people have different perspective, different understanding about the word finance. They look at from the different point of view. I may use the finance word from the discipline of understanding the money management, understanding the corporate affairs, understanding the working capital management, understanding the requirement of funds of company. But what exactly mean by finance? First of all, I'll tell you about that, what exactly mean by finance, and then we'll go ahead with the different slides which we have here. Am I audible? I think some students are saying that I'm not audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So anyone from your side, I want to ask you a question to start the session. From that, we will begin and we'll discuss, we'll have some interaction. Rather, I'm speaking from one side only. I'll ask you a few questions at the beginning and then I'll explain. What do you think about finance? Anyone please unmute yourself and give your opinion about that. What is the finance? Anyone? See, as I mentioned, whenever the word finance come in our minds, we have some thought, we have some thinking process, or we have some idea about the word finance. So that's why I'm asking to you, just want to know what is your opinion about the word finance? Because right now, today we are here to discuss the career opportunities in finance. But if I'm not able to understand what exactly mean by finance, what are the roles and importance of finance, and how many fields are there under the stream, under the discipline finance, then how I can proceed? That is the first question which most probably come in our mind, right? Let me explain. Finance means wherever the concepts, whatever the concepts are there, like we use the word money, some may use the word investment, some may use the word capital, debt, account, loan, bonds, debentures, creditors, assets, liabilities. So is it not the finance? Do you think that finance is totally different from these words which are pasted here in the slide? See, finance is a wider concept. Finance is one dot which is connected with every dot. Suppose I take the example of any company. There is one separate department for finance named finance department. Wherein other departments are also there, like we have marketing department, we have HR department, we have research and development, we have production operation management, supply chain logistic. So many departments are there. But the center point of business is your finance, and which is connected with all the dots, all the departments. One department may be good at their work, but they cannot survive without having the proper allocation of funds, without having proper finance from their finance department. So what exactly mean by finance? That is the responsibility of ours to understand. So as per the analysis done by various researchers, and various academicians, they have defined the finance as per their understanding. Basically, entrepreneurs define the finance concept as a money. Finance means the cash, finance means the money which is required for the business. This definition is given by various entrepreneurs. You know that entrepreneurs are very specific. To be specific, they don't want to indulge into various different practices, or they just want to stick with their goal, their objectives, and their aim. And that is why they keep this definition of finance is very simple. Finance is the money, finance is the cash which is required for the survival of business, for the running of business. Later on, some academicians define the term finance. And you know that academicians are very clever. They read various books, various articles, various definition given by finance experts, entrepreneurs, and they develop their psychology, their philosophy, and based on they have defined the term finance. So as per the academicians, finance means raising the money, planning for the finance, financial planning, allocating the financial resources to all the departments, and utilization of the money in order to achieve their common goals and their objectives. Right. So everything is added in the word finance. So finance is the discipline which help us, every business, to achieve their common goal. And you know that common goal is profit. Everybody is there to maximize the profit. Nobody is there to provide their social services. I'm talking about business. Every business, their motto is profit maximization and wealth maximization. And that is why in this motto, fulfillment of this motto of every company, we may participate as a finance person, as a finance career option. We have a lot of opportunity to enter into this field and help organizations, help companies to achieve their goal. And what we want to achieve here, we want to get good job in the discipline of finance, and for which I must have understanding about the finance. I must have knowledge about the finance. I must have proper and appropriate certification which is approved by the government in order to prove myself, yes, I am the finance person and I must get the job in the discipline of finance. This is all about the term finance. We'll quickly go ahead with the next slide, where I want to show you nature and scope of finance. Basically, the finance is very wide. As I mentioned in my very first, at the beginning, that finance is one of the dots in the company, which is connected with all the departments, right? If I belongs to marketing department, I want to go for marketing, right? I have prepared some plan for the marketing advertisement, and I have prepared the budget along with that, submitted to my finance department, and are asking my finance department to sanction the budget. If finance department is not giving me the budget, how can I succeed? How can I go for marketing? Since marketing is one of the important aspect of company to communicate the value of the product for the purpose of sell that product. But it is connected with finance. We also have a department called human resource. You know that HR department is also playing a significant role, and the objective of HR department is recruit the right person for the right job at the right place at the right time. If we are recruiting the right person for right job, then company can achieve their goals, because without having skillful resources, experienced human resources, no company can survive, right? But in order to acquire human resources, skilled human resources, we need to pay them money, we need to pay them a salary, we need to give them remuneration for acquiring their services, acquiring their knowledge. Talking about the nature and basically scope of finance, these are the three important domains of finance. If you think about a company, a corporate house, wherein different functions are there, like we have man, money, marketing, machinery, everything is going on within the company. But if you think about from the finance perspective, three important decisions are there. Three important functions are there. Number one is financing function, investment decisions, and allied functions. Under financing function, like how much cash flow is coming in the business, how much cash flow is going outside the business, how I'm utilizing my working capital. You know that working capital means current assets and current liabilities. The difference between current assets and current liabilities, you will find the working capital, the capital which is required to run your day-to-day activity, the capital which is required to operate your business. If you don't have enough working capital, it is highly impossible to operate your business, because we need to purchase raw material, we need to convert the raw material into finished product, and after doing this process, we need to distribute the products, we need to go for marketing, we need to go for after sale service. So everywhere working capital is required. So financing decision, if you are the native finance person, you must have understand what is working capital, your current assets minus your current liabilities. And what is meant by current asset? Current asset means the asset which is held by the company only for one accounting period. If it exceeds the limit of one accounting period, it will become fixed asset. Under current asset, we have our cash balance, our bank balance, our stock, inventory, which we call it inventory, debtors. These are the examples of current assets. And current liability means exactly opposite to current assets, short-term obligations, the liabilities which we are supposed to pay within 1 year, right? The short-term obligations which is arrived from the purchase of raw material, taking the services of employee, workers, laborers. We need to pay them salaries, workers, wages, and remuneration. And that obligations are always there. But there must be the favorable balance between your current assets and your current liabilities, right? Your current assets always greater than your current liabilities. If it is not, then your company will not survive, right? This is one more. Then second, we have investment decisions, in which where we want to make investments, whether we want to expand our product line, whether we want to start new business, whether we want to purchase new machinery, new vehicle. So if any kind of decision is there, finance plays a significant role, because finance person need to use capital budgeting technique, under which we have different techniques, like we may go for payback period, we may go for discounted cash flow, we may go for NPV, we may go for profitability index, and so on. So capital budgeting is nothing but searching the right place or the right instrument to select the best alternative, right? This is second decision. Further, I will explain everything in detail. Don't worry about that. And last but not the least, that is dividend decision. You know that dividend, companies earning profit, as I mentioned, like everybody is working for profit. If company earns profit, some part of the profit is distributed among the shareholders. Why? Because we have taken their capital. They have made the investments in our company. So we are supposed to pay them some incentives. We are supposed to pay them, give them some benefits. So in terms of dividend, we may share the part of the profit to them as a dividend, right? So basically, dividend policy means whether to retain the profit into business or to distribute to the shareholder. It is up to the finance department. If they find we require funds, we require finance, so instead of going for bank loan, going for other sources, what we can do is we can retain our profit, existing profit, into the business. And for that purpose, you know that two types of company are there. Some of you might be active in the stock market and they might be aware about that. Two types of companies are there. One is growth oriented company and second is dividend oriented company. So dividend based company means they don't require the profitability to be retained in the business. They distribute all the dividend, all the profit as a dividend. Whereas some growth oriented company, they retain their profit as a capital. They do not distribute the dividend. But who will take these decisions? Who will think about financial decision? Who will think about investments? Yes, the finance person who is having the good understanding, who is having the good knowledge in the field of finance, in the area of finance, this person will lead you. Am I audible to everyone? Lakshmi is saying that आवाज नहीं आ रही है. Lakshmi, can you hear me? Okay, Ayush, thank you. Thank you for confirming. Yes, Ayush, Vishal, thank you. So who can take this decision? The person who is good at finance. So what we need to do first, if you want to go for finance, if you want to make your career in the field of finance, you must be learn, you must, or you need to learn finance in advance, finance in detail, right? Your understanding about finance is very much good. If it is not good, then why we are thinking about finance as a career option? If I want to go in that area, so I must know in detail things about that particular discipline. I must be aware about each and every details of finance, right? We'll go ahead with the next one. As I mentioned, like finance decisions in which we have investment decision, we have in which long-term assets management, short-term asset management. First of all, I'll tell you different areas wherein the career can be made, different disciplines in the finance, and what kind of knowledge you must acquire. Although it is not possible to cover each and every aspect here in the lecture, or that finance, various points of finance, and then explanation of finance, and then how it works and how it affecting the company's profitability, it is not possible. I'll just highlighting the important areas wherein you can get the good knowledge and wherein you can make your career. Right, these are the career options where I'll explain one by one. See, you must have good knowledge about investment and what is exactly meant by investments. We need to understand that investments, the platform of investments, various avenues of investments. You know that the financial literacy rate of India is very less. We are one of the emerging nation. We are one of the developing nation. Very few people, they are actually or individually participating in the various investment avenues. They are not taking benefit out of it because of lack of financial literacy. So first of all, being as a finance person, I must understand what is investment. I must know various types of investments, various avenues of investment, short-term investment, long-term investments. Like if I want to go for short-term investments, what are the options and sources are available? Avenues are available for me. If I want to think about long-term options, what are the options available to me? If I think about the company, I'm a finance manager and I want to make the investment of my company, where I can place the money, where I can keep the money of company in order to get additional return. Since we know that company has already made the huge investment, they have made the investment in terms of land, in terms of building, in terms of furniture, machineries, vehicle, human resources, technology, softwares, a lot of things they have purchased. But still, some cash may be idle with them. So how they can use the cash and how they can get maximum return out of it, I must know about this, being as a finance person. Then next is financing decision. Like we have different sources of finance. If you are the finance manager, if you want to become a finance manager, if you want to make your career in the field of finance, I must know how many sources are there to raise the capital for one company. So you may think that yes, own capital, loan capital, borrowed capital, and debt capital. Right? Different sources are there, but what are their benefits? What are their legal complications, legal requirements? that need to understand by you if you want to understand finance decision in detail, for which we need to understand capital mix and capital structure, right? Finance decisions, these are very interesting area to discuss. If you work in the finance discipline, you will realize that yes, finance is the branch where there are a lot of job opportunities, because finance is not the cup of tea of any person who is not interested in that area, or maybe not having the skills, analytical skills, mathematical skills, and understanding skills. How they are relevant, I'll explain in later slide. Aniket, would you like to say something? You are writing on the screen, that's why I'm asking. Fine. Then we have dividend profit allocation decisions. Being as a finance person, I must know where to allocate the profit, how to distribute the dividend. You know that distributing the dividend is not compulsory by law, right? If I want to distribute the dividend as a company owner, it is not compulsory by the law. What I can do is I can use different models given by different experts. Like we have model, dividend model for the distribution purpose. Different models have been developed by the financial or finance expert. Which model is suitable to my business? I must have understanding about that. I must have understanding about the profit allocation. See, right now I'm just trying to tell you the scope of finance. I just want to tell you how finance people work, in which area they work, and what is the importance of their work and their responsibility, right? So we will not go in detail, but just I'm telling you the importance of these 4 points here. The last point which I mentioned here, that is liquidity. You know that liquidity means the short-term requirement of funds. Yeah, Ayush, basically I'll come to you. First of all, let me complete the things and then we will go for question answer. Your question is valid. Yes, I got your question. I understood what you want to say. I'll come to you. Don't worry. So the last point which I mentioned here, that is liquidity. As we know that liquid assets, asset which can be converted into cash without compromising its original value. And the liquidity means the requirement of short-term funds, highly requirement of short-term funds which can be available, made available by the company easily without having that much trouble, right? So these are the important responsibilities as far as finance decisions are concerned, need to consider by the finance expert, by the finance people. So if you want to make the finance career in the field of finance, you need to understand these 4 important points in detail. Your understanding about these 4 points, their benefits, their actual working, their influence on various companies' policy, you need to understand. Right now, I will not explain you where you want or where you can make your career in the field of finance. That I have covered in the last portion of my lecture. But before that, I must be skillful. I must acquire the skill. So in order to acquire the skill in the area of finance, what are the points which are required, which are to be understood by everyone that I'm explaining? Going ahead with the next one, that is investment decision. You know that investment decision require different understanding about risk and return. We need to measure the risk factor is always there, and then we need to measure the return which we are getting from the investments which we have made, right? So number one knowledge that we want to get from the investment decision, that is measurements and evaluation of the profitability index. What you need to do is you need to have the understanding about economic value additions, EVA. We call the EVA, economic value additions, means ability of any investment to generate revenue. If I'm making investment of rupees 1 lakh in stock market, so what is the ability of that 1 lakh rupee investment? How much return I will get from that? That is the EVA of assets. So the valuation based investment is your expertise area. If it is your expertise area, then you will get the job in different domains. And what are the domains? I'll explain in the later part. I'm just giving you insights about finance. Then you know that about recommit funds when asset become less productive or non-profitable. Sometimes company may have more assets. They have land, building, property, they have machineries for the purpose of operation, production, management, supply chain, logistic. But that assets are not playing significant role or not generating significant revenue for the company. So what can be done? So you must have knowledge about that. You must advise to your board of director. You are the finance person, you are seeking for a finance job. You must have understanding that yes, this is the way we can go for generating more returns from this decision. Recommend funds means whatever the idle funds are there with you, try to find different ways and domains to deploy that fund in order to generate idle return from that particular investment. Then set a standard or hurdle rate against which the expected rate of return of new investment can be compared, right? See, you know that if I am having a company and you are the investor of my company, suppose you have invested 10 lakh rupees in my company, I am giving you a return. So that will be your return on investment, ROI, but that would be my cost of capital. I am using your capital, right? I'm using your capital, and for the purpose of that capital, I am giving you return. For 10 lakh rupees, if I am giving 10% return, so 1 lakh rupees will be your return. Whereas this 1 lakh rupees will be my cost of capital. So what is the cost of capital and which capital will be beneficial to us, available to us with very less cost? That you need to think. Where you must have expertise, where you must have knowledge, where you must have updates. Comparing other firms, comparing our competitors, where we stood in the market and where you want to go, where you want to become. That knowledge you must have. Right. This is one important thing. Going ahead with the next, financing decisions, determining the proportion of debt and equity capital. Then objective is to maximize the shareholders' return. It is the objective of everyone. Consider the other factors such as the control, flexibility, loan contingents, and legal aspects. Some legal complications are always there. Government is asking for compliances, legal compliances. SEBI is there. See, those who are involved want to make the career in the field of finance. First of all, understand various legal entities which regulate us, which regulate the finance people. So what we need to study, we need to various acts which are available in the discipline of finance. Different regulatory bodies like we have RBI, Reserve Bank of India, which is monitoring, governing, controlling, and giving the financial services to all the public sector bank, private sector bank. They are monitoring. RBI is the apex body of all the banking sector of India. So I must have understanding about RBI. If RBI is introducing some digital currency, right now you might have heard about this. They are introducing digital currency. So what will be the implications of this digital currency on my finance, on my field, on my career? I must know. RBI is, you must have heard about RBI is changing the repo rate, reverse repo rate, CRR, cash reserve ratio, SLR. So what is this? Basic terminologies are there that everybody need to understand. It seems very basic, but very important. What is CRR? What is SLR? How they control the banks? How they become a mediator between the government and public sector bank? And how they impose various rules regulation on various public sector and private sector cooperative banks. Right, everything I must understand if I want to make the career in the field of banking, in the field of financing, in the field of this capital portfolio management. Right. Go ahead to the next one. Dividend decision, already I explained it, but just go through the slide. Decide whether to distribute or not to distribute. If you are the finance manager, if you are the finance person, and your understanding is to use the fund instead of distributing the funds to your shareholders. Because if company wants some capital, there may huge procedure or requirement, legal requirement that we may go to the governments, get their permission, get their approval, and then go for public capital or maybe bank loan. So instead of doing that, what we can do is we can use our profit as a capital. So what are the rules regulation which are there to use this as a capital? So you must have a clarity, you must have understanding, you must have understanding of legal norms and requirements being as a finance person. So if you're good at that, then certainly jobs are awaiting for you, right? So these three decisions I mentioned: investment, financing, and dividend decisions. Try to acquire as much as knowledge you can in these three domains. If you are good at these three domains, you will get good job in the field of finance. Because this corporate houses, companies are awaiting for you the person who is good at financial decisions, person who is good at financial planning, the person who is good at various allied functions of finance, right? So your skills and your talent will prove yourself that yes, you are a good person in the finance, having the sound knowledge of finance based on your study, based on your hard work, right? Liquidity decision already we have discussed. We'll go ahead with the finance as a career. So as I mentioned, like different career options are there. So what are those career options? We'll start from the left side. First option from the left side, that is investment banking. Have you heard about investment banking? Anyone, please? If you know about it, unmute yourself and just tell me what you heard about investment banking.
Sir, investment banking, they have source of investment bankers, financiers.
Okay, fine. Anything else? Fine, no problem. Mute yourself. Yeah. Investment banking, we have different opportunities under the field of investment banking. You know that the term banking means they are providing the finance to various corporate entities, right? Yeah. Kaushik, I'm saying that, yes, also called as the merchant bankers, help companies in IPO issue and subscribing and raising funds. Okay, very good. See, quite often people get confused understanding the merchant banking, investment banking, public sector, or nationalized banking. So these are the different concepts wherein slight difference is there, right? So that understanding is also there, must be there to everyone. Investment banking, basically, banking, as we know, their responsibility and their function is to accept the deposit from public and to give this deposit as a loan to the needy one. Those who are needy, those who require this finance, they give the funds to that company, to that business. If I am a banker, I am accepting deposit from you, maybe on the rate of for the rate of 5% interest, and that deposit I will give to other companies for the rate of maybe 7%, 8%. So whatever the difference between that, that is my earning being as a bank, right? Investment banking, basically, they just invest their money, their deposits or their funds into various startups or into various business organizations. They are fund provider. They are the fund provider to the various business entities, right? So business entities are require huge fund for their expansion, for their merger acquisition, for their diversification, for starting a new venture, introducing new product line. So they require huge investment. So the investment banking also is the one of the way or one of the options where we can make our career. Later on, I have given added some example of investment banking institutes in India. Some companies are there in upcoming slides. Fund management. See, fund management, basically, they manage your fund. Those who are HNI, that is called as the high net worth investors. I'm having a high net worth, I'm having a huge amount income, but individually, I may not be able to manage my funds. I may not be able to deploy my funds to get maximum return. Then who will work for that? The fund management will work for that. The companies, those who are managing the funds, the companies, those who are providing the portfolio management services, they will manage my investments. They will deploy my funds, understanding the asset classes, understanding the return from the investments. So what I need to do is I just need to approach fund management house, need to give them my finance, my funds, my capital. They will manage, they will charge you some amount for you. Right. This is the second opportunities. And how many fund managers are there, fund management houses are there in India? We'll talk about that in later part. Then next is trading. Trading is always what we can say the interesting area of youth. You know that because of COVID pandemic, everybody was idle at the home place, and everybody has started. So many youth have started trading in the stock market. They have opened the accounts in the stock market. Some students are busy with trading in stock market. They are doing future option. They are purchasing call, selling call, then purchasing options. Some students are busy with cryptocurrency. Some students are doing their forex trading, foreign exchange trading, right? So I also assume that you must have some student in your class also that they are doing trading, active trading after this pandemic only. So before that, the literacy rate and the trading activity was very less. You know that as per the recent report published by CDSL, that is Central Depository Subsidiary Limited, they have issued that n number of almost 2.5 crore accounts have been opened in past few months. So huge demand is there to open the demat account, and people are searching for that as a source of income, trading as a source of income. If I am having a idle source, a fixed source of income, still people are going for a separate and additional source of income. Right. So this is one of the options for all of you, which is always there. Next, I have insurance. The option of insurance. See, we can go for insurance as a career. How? You know that the life expectancy is decreasing day by day. Number of types of insurance are there. We require health insurance for our health purpose. We require life insurance for the life purpose. We require home insurance. Like if I am taking the loan, home loan, I also require some insurance for that. So everywhere insurance is there. What is insurance? Insurance is the parameter, is the tool to manage your risk, to avoid your risk, to understand your risk, and in order to avoid the risk, you need to take insurance. And there we have one regulatory body, that is IRDA, Indian Insurance Regulatory Authorities of India, IRDA. Right. So IRDA is regulating all the insurance sector. Whatever types of insurance are there, they are monitoring, governing, and giving them some legal compliances. But requirement for insurance is very high in the country like India, since we are the emerging nation. Nowadays, everybody is understanding the importance of insurance. You know that pandemic, lot of huge money spent by the people for the purpose of medical issues, for the purpose of these COVID issues, right? For their treatment, right? Healthcare services. But if they have insurance, health insurance, then their risk would be avoided. Now people realize that yes, if I have insurance, health insurance, then I can certainly avoid the risk. So a number of opportunities are there. Companies are there, like we have SBI Life Insurance, SBI Insurance, then we have HDFC Insurance, we have UTI Insurance. So many companies are there. If you are good at insurance, if you understand the insurance properly, some examination are there under IRDA. Certification exams are there under IRDA, which you can appear for, and you can make your career in the field of insurance. And LIC one of the public company, one of the biggest public company in the India, is also providing, giving some examination to become a development officers, individual executive, or maybe as a agent for the insurance. So many options are there. It's depending on your understanding, depending on your interest, depending on your knowledge and your expertise. This is one more important thing. Next is actuarial. Actuarial is also the part and parcel of insurance industry, but actuarial is something different from the insurance. And many people in India, I observe that so many students are not aware about this field, actuarial. Right, actuarial science kind of concept is there. Right, the person who is good at economics, the person who is good at mathematics, the person who is having a reasoning and mathematical ability, analytical ability, the person can make his or her career in the field of actuarial science. What they are doing, they are analyzing the various cases of insurance. If I am claiming for one insurance, like I have taken term insurance, and that because of some mishap in my family, I need to go for the valuation. I need to go for the taking the benefit from that particular company. Or if I'm running a business, I have taken the business insurance, right? And due to some mishap in the business, like goods stolen by theft, or maybe fired by burned by fire, so because of that the valuation is required. So who will make the valuation? So these actuarial people will make the proper valuation using their mathematical, using their understanding, logical ability, right? So very few people are there, means very less response is there for actuarial science. But let me tell you one important thing, that there are n number of opportunities are there in the field of actuarial science. So you might have questioned that it will come under the science. No, it is the part of commerce only. Please remember, if you are having good understanding of mathematics and good understanding of economics, you may prefer, or you may read or get information about actuarial science. Very few people are there in the India for the valuation purpose. Next, compliances and risk. Compliances and risk. See, if you are the company owner, right? So every company owner, every business person, they are taking the help of some what we can say, the financial analyst, financial advisor. They require the financial person, the person who understand finance very well. For what purpose? In order to make their legal compliances, in order to avoid the risk. If I am a business owner, I want to go for stock market, I want to list my IPO. So what are the rules regulation given by the SEBI? What are the legal compliances are required? Where I need to approach? What kind of documents I supposed to prepare? So everything comes under the compliances and risk. So huge demand is there for the compliances purpose. So kind of consultancy is given to the corporate houses in India, right? Some companies are there who are providing this compliances and risk management strategies and policies and services to the company, registered companies in India, right? So there also you have career option. Then we have corporate law. See, every law have some dimensions, or some, what we can say, some lacunas. So interpretation of any corporate law there affects million. Why you are writing on the screen? Don't write. You are very clever guys. Don't write anything on the screen. Listen it carefully. Right. Corporate laws, different laws are there. So some corporate houses may not be able to understand the insights of law. So what can be done for that? Just wait for a moment. Yes. So I was talking about corporate law. Different laws are there, like that in the year 2017, government has imposed GST, Goods and Service Tax Act 2017. So nobody was aware about that particular law initial stage. So what will be the implications and impact on their existing work, right? So understanding the law and explaining to the corporate houses their implications and their outcomes, their benefit. So we have some corporate entities which consult companies and various board of directors, right? So under that also we have career option. Management consultancy is always there. Accountancy and tax, everybody knows about that. Accountancy means keeping their records, maintaining their books of accounts, whatever transactions and events happen on the first day of your financial year till the last day. That right now we are approaching 31st March, right? So everybody is looking for the legal compliances. Everybody is looking for the closure of their books of accounts. Different accounts are there, like we have accounts, purchase account, purchase book, sales book within the company I'm talking. Then at the same time, close up all the accounts. They need to prepare their trial balance. They need to prepare book for their final accounts. Since there is a legal compliance, that company has to disclose their financial transactions and events at the time of year ends as per the norms of Companies Act 2013. Right, every company has to do that, for which they require accountant. They also require tax planner. How company can reduce their tax liability, how they can reduce their tax burden. There we have career option. Retail banking, that different banks are there: private bank, cooperative bank, scheduled bank, then commercial bank, merchant bank, as is mentioned. So everywhere, different exams are taken by banking industries. Like IBPS exam is there. So under IBPS, you may go for that exam, appear for the exam, and you can make the career in the field of retail banking. Also, some exams like PO, probationary officers, some other vacancies are there. You need to keep on checking the availability of requirements or vacancies on daily basis. So these are the career options which we can do under the discipline of finance, right? Take a look of this research. 84% of CFO says, CFO stands for Certified Financial. Yes, CFO stands for as we have CEO, Chief Executive Officer, so we also have Chief Financial Officer. So who is the person who is heading the company's finance department? CFO is the financial officer, the main officer. So what he has mentioned, 84% CFO says that they have more input than ever on improving a company's ability to deliver value to the customers. What is the meaning of this sentence? They have more input than ever on improving a company's ability to deliver value to customers. So anyone may think that yes, companies value delivering to giving them good product and services, maximizing their satisfaction rate, then thinking about after sales service, giving them more incentives to the customer, like what they expect, give them more than their expectation, right? But fact of the matter is, if internally companies manage very well, I'm talking about finance, then and then only they can give the good services to the people. Otherwise, they are not. See, take a look of this. Here are the most important skills they say will need in the industry. Strategic thinking. They require 50% people, means almost number of vacancies are vacant in the strategic thinking. They require in their day-to-day activity, they require for the understanding the source of finance, understanding the legal compliances in the field of finance, strategic thinking people, those who are having the strategic thinking. See, only thinking means with the help of available resources, I can read, I can analyze, I can think. But strategic thinking means the thinking which is considering the negative and positive points. The thinking which demonstrate us some example. So wherein 50% job opportunities, or we can say the hiring is required, they require the skill in that particular domain. Analytical skill 32%, then internal alliance builder 28%, conflict resolution 24%, logistic acumen 13%, investor relation 27%. So this concept you might not have heard about it. What is meant by strategic thinking? What is meant by internal alliance builder? So these are the concepts which are there under the field of finance, under the domain of finance, wherein there is huge requirements. But what we need to do, we need to acquire the knowledge. So if I have good knowledge, nobody will deny me. Everybody will say this, yes, we require skill human resources, and their journey will end to search the skill human resources with you only. If you are having good skill, if you are having good knowledge, right? Now take a look of finance function in a firm. In a very broader manner, what are the finance function? If you think about CFO, Chief Financial Officer, Vice President of the Finance is also called as a Chief CFO. So he work as a treasurer, he work as a controller. Treasurer, for which he need to do for the task for the capital expenditure purpose, need to purchase or need to place the order for long-term asset. Financial planning is there, fundraising is there, cash management is there, credit management is there. Then they have foreign exchange management, pension fund management, everything comes under the treasurer. If you are having the knowledge in this domain also, you may find some jobs suitable to us which are available. Their duty as a controller, tax management, corporate account management, cost accounting, and financial accounting. You know that financial accounting, cost accounting, you are studying at your BCom level, your BBA level. See, cost accounting and management accounting, these are not compulsory by the law. These are not compulsory by the law to the company. Financial accounting is compulsory to everyone, right? Because financial accounting, under that, they need to disclose their financial transaction, their event, right? But cost accounting, this is useful for the internal decision making purpose. And who will use? You are as a finance manager, as a finance person, that we need to use. We need to analyze and we need to come to the conclusion. So these are the main domain. Now come to the main point. What are the major fields in the area of finance? Corporate finance, investment finance, personal finance, wealth management, public finance, and BFSI. So what is this BFSI? I'll explain in the later part. Right. So these are the four important domain where you can make your career easily. Right. Huge opportunities are there in this domain. Take a look of median of salary. What is the median of salary? How much salary people are getting as a finance person? Average salary per annum. So these are the packages which are given the financial analyst. Approximately average 5 lakh plus. Then CFA, certified financial analyst, they are getting this 5.95. Research analyst 4.48. Business analyst and finance and banker 7.70. Senior financial analyst 7.74. So take a look of this. And if you want to become a senior business analyst, take a look of the salary which is available in the market. So that is 1.12 CR, right? So these are the opportunities and the median of the salary which is available if you want to pursue your career in the field of finance, right? This is just a research done by some institution. Based on their data, this analysis is made. Then what sort of employers are there in the finance job? Employer, I'm not talking about employee. Right now we are considering ourselves as an employee. We want to become an employee of that company, that particular domain, finance domain. But who are the probable employer to give us job? Take a look of this slide. First is investment banker. Why they require us? They require us for the purpose of raising the assets, underwriting the assets, underwriting of the funds, acting as agent of client for the purpose of issuing securities. This is one task will be given to you. Then consist and assist companies in undertaking the mergers and acquisition. You know that nowadays so many mergers and acquisition taking place. Take the example of yesterday only, two important companies, PVR and Inox. These two companies got merged together because of they were suffering from their competition together. So they decided to merge. Before 1 month, G Entertainment Limited and the Sony Entertainment Limited, they also went for a merger. So what was the reason behind that? Why companies are going for merger and what is the procedure of merger? So that will come under this point, which will help you to get the knowledge and obtain and get a good job under the discipline of investment bank. Then it offers ancillary services like market mailing, market making, foreign exchange, trading of derivatives. See, you guys are very interested, very enthusiastic in the derivatives market. I know that. I'll explain to you later on in the later part. You're doing the call options, put options in the derivatives market. You know that 4 types of derivatives are there: future, option, swap, and forward. These are the 4 important types of derivatives. So wherever you find good knowledge, you will get the job under investment banking to manage their funds under the derivative concept, commodities and equities. So these are the options which are available for job. Coming to the next, who are the investment bankers in India? ABN AMRO, then ANZ Bank, Goldman Sachs. So these are some foreign banks, investment bankers which are working in India. So if you get the job in this bank as an investment banker, your profile will become international, right? So you will get international exposure if you work with these companies because they are high net worth bankers, investment bankers. Goldman Sachs, Citibank, Deutsche Bank, JP Morgan, DSP, Merrill and Lynch, Morgan and Stanley. So these are the probable employers. If you want to search, if you want to seek for the job, you may increase your knowledge. You may go for different courses like CFA, certified course in financial analyst, and through which you can enter into these banks. And once you enter in this bank, your profile will get enhanced and you will get international exposure. Money and wealth management firms. So different money and wealth management firms are there. And why they require you? They require people specialized in managing investments or individual or institutions. Very large firms are there to manage wide variety of asset classes, boutique firms, right? Common roles at money management firms like portfolio managers and security analysts. Take a look of this. Then who are the money management and wealth management firms in India? We have Bank of America, which is working in India also, Morgan and Stanley, Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs, Fidelity, then Credit Suisse, Barclays Wealth. So these are the probable employers where we can go for that if you have knowledge about this money and wealth management, right? So our responsibility is to increase the knowledge, enhance your knowledge, right? If you are able to enhance your knowledge, then only you can approach these guys and you can get a good job, right? See, knowledge earning is the continuous process. What I am today, what I was yesterday, I must add something different in my knowledge, right? Yesterday's me and today's me, if it is same, then consider you are not developing yourself. What I was yesterday, I'm today is totally different. I have added some feathers in my knowledge, right? This is how you can make your career, right? You must be devoted towards your goal. You must be enthusiastic towards your goal. You must be interested towards your goal. You must look at your goal only. You must not be distracted towards anything else. A lot of distractions are there nowadays, social medias, and you're watching the reels for hours and hours on continuous basis. Don't do that. Get more concentration and more focus on your career. And these are the years in which only you can make the career. Your teachers, they are helping you to build your fundamentals, to build your foundations. If your foundation is made stronger, then your building will survive. Building will be constructed in the future. and that will be your job and your money provider. Don't think about money. Money will come to you if you have good knowledge, if you have good skills. Somebody will come to you, and definitely you'll get good money out of that, good returns out of that. So try to invest yourself for the knowledge management, knowledge enhancement, right? Coming to the next point, we have hedge funds. They are similar to money management. They are protecting your investments. Hedge fund means the kind of protection given to your investments, right? So if you are having knowledge in this field, you can go for hedge fund management. And who are the hedge fund provider? JP Morgan Asset Management, BlackRock Advisors, DNE Shaw Company, Canon Partners, India Deep Value Fund, Fair Value Capital. So these are the examples which I have taken from the India, which is highly demanded and highly reputed in terms of their operations and in terms of customer satisfaction. Then private equity funds are also there, usually manages money for the institutions and wealthy investors. So management of portfolio, management of their investments is also essential, because nowadays people are engaged with their business. Suppose I am doing one business, I am earning on continuous basis. I might not be able to invest my money. I might not be able to make my financial plan. Then who will do that? I need to go for private equity funds. Just keep my capital into them. They will manage everything. Who are the private equity funds? We have IDFC Private Equity Fund, New Seal Root, then Kells and Capital, then InConfin, ICICI Ventures, UTI Ventures, JM Financial, Kotak Private Equity Group. So these are the probable employers where we can get the job. Real estate firms. I think I need not to explain about this. Everything is well known to everyone about real estate firms. So here we have DLF, JP's, DP Realty, India Bull Real Estate, Duff and Phipps, Cushman and Wakefield, right? Venture capital firms. Venture capital firms, like they are the capital provided to the startup companies. See, basically in this domain, a lot of investments and a lot of requirements are there, opportunities are there, right? Because startups are emerging. Everybody is starting their business. Everybody is doing identifying new ideas, and they want to prove themselves that their idea is definitely good, fruitful to them, right? So venture capitalists are there, providing them capital. It is considered as a high risk capital, but who will make the analysis of it? For which venture firms are there? Example of venture firm, take a look of this slide. These are the venture firm capital firms in India. BFSI, as I mentioned, banking, financial services, and insurance. So under this domain, a lot of stuff is there, like including stockbroking, payment gateways, mutual fund, credit rating, insurance, include life insurance, non-life insurance. You know that nowadays we are going towards technology. We are using UPI, payment gateways like ATM apps, BeamPay, PhonePay. So many stuff are there that we will cover in the upcoming slides. Yeah. Coming to the main point, that is career option in finance in fintech. Fintech means financial technology, right? So this new branch is emerging in the area of finance. Based on only one website, they are getting millions of users and billions of turnover. So many companies are there. In India also we have companies. They just have listed their one website, and based on the website only, they are earning money. They don't have assets. They don't have plants. They don't have manufacturing hub. What they are having just a World Wide Web domain, web domain. And based on that model, they are developing their wealth, increasing their profit. Take example of various new age companies, right, under fintech, right? So we'll go for the last proportion of our lesson, our lecture, that is finance courses which are available in the domain of finance. Number one is investment banking certification course, which is available in India, provided by various legal entities, right? If you want to go for NISM, National Institute of Securities Management, this course is available. If you want to go for SEBI, this course is available under them also. There may be slight change in the syllabus curriculum provided by them, but ultimate aim is same, that is investment banking understanding. This course is also provided by NSE Academy and also provided by some private institutions. Then we have financial modeling certification course, second, third equity research certification course, private equity certification course, mergers and acquisition course, venture capital certification course, project finance, hedge fund certification, LBO, and credit modeling certification course. So these are the 10 courses available. Whatever point I have explained in the previous slide, if you want to make your career in that field, you need to make any one of the courses from this list. Out of this 10 course, if you go for any one course, definitely and surely you will get the job in the field of finance. Right. We'll go ahead with the next top 10 top finance certification program in India. So what are those? Certified financial analyst. This is top finance profession in India. Certified financial analyst, that is called as the CFA, right? Then certified public accountant, CPA. This is the course which is run at international level. Suppose we have CA here in India, chartered accountant. So the same course is there at international level provided by America, that is certified public accountant, CFA, CPA. Then financial risk manager, certified financial planner, CFP, certified Institute of Management Accountants, Association of Chartered Accountant, Chartered Certified Accountants. Take a look of all the courses are there as per your area of interest, as per the concept suitable to you, which I explained in the previous slide, right? Different domains and different concept I explained in the previous slide. So if you want to go for any one of them, you need to choose a specific course. Suppose if you want to go for insurance and if you want to go for wealth fund management, you must complete financial risk manager and financial planner, certified financial planner, these two courses. Once you complete that, you will get job definitely in that domain, right? So these are the top finance certification program. Now, top 8 long-term courses in India in the field of finance. What are these top 8 courses? Number 1 is chartered accountant. Everybody know about that. Duration, how many years are required? 3 to 7 years. It is up to you. If you are very delighted and very concentrated, focused person, you may require less time. Passing percentage is 4 to 5%. Eligibility required 10 plus 2. You need to go for foundation, right? Foundation course. Once you qualified that after 12, then you may go for IPCC group 1, group 2, then CA final. If you are completing your BCom, BBA and MCom, then the foundation course is exempted for you. Directly you can enter for IPCC group 1, group 2, right? Acceptance in India, the accepted course is accepted in India. Then MBA in finance, that is known to everyone. You may go for that. Then next is CFA, certified financial analyst. Duration is 2 to 3 years. Passing rate is 40 to 50%. Graduation, after graduation, you can do that. And it is accepted globally. Please remember, CFA is accepted globally. Next is CPA, certified public accountant, 1 to 2 years, 30 to 50% is the passing rate. Post graduation, some students may be there from the MCom here, they may go for this one, post graduation, and it is accepted globally, right? CIMA, it's a part of management accountant, certified Institute of Management Accountant. They provide this course CIMA, 2 to 3 years, 40% to 60% is the passing rate, eligibility 10 plus 2, accepted worldwide. ACCA, then we have CMA, we also have FRM. So these are the top 8 courses which are there in India, which is accepted in India and globally also. So in order to make the career in that field. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Now, if you have any question, any doubt, you may ask. Any question from the audience? Yeah. He's saying that, sir, CFA exam can be good career option to make career in finance or MBA in finance top management colleges. See, if you are thinking about MBA, and if you can crack the MBA in good colleges, I don't say colleges, institutes, like if you want to go for IIM Ahmedabad, IIM Bangalore, any IIM, then it would be the alternative option for the CFA, right? MBA in IIM Ahmedabad, maybe in IIM Bangalore in finance, then it will be the alternative for your career in finance like CFA and MBA. Otherwise, if you are going for any small MBA or any MBA where the knowledge is not given or where degree may be given but not knowledge, that is also the problem is there. Yeah. Amol is saying, sir, which course is best for investment banker? Yeah. For investment banker, take a look like see if you want to go for a small course, certified equity analyst or certified investment analyst course is provided by NSE Academy and NISM, National Institute of Security Management. This is the diploma course and also short-term course. But if you want to go for long-term course, you may go for this one, number one, investment banking certification course for investment banker. Yes, any other question from your side?
No, sir.
Samir, sir? See, whatever points I wanted to cover, I have covered that. If I miss any point, Samir, sir, you may ask students or you may ask anyone if they want any other points explanation. I'll be happy to explain that also. I think no doubts are there. Over to you, sir. Sir, please, I think you're not audible to me. Samir, sir. No, sir, you're not audible. If anybody want more information, I'll share my contact details with Samir, sir. You may take on them. If you want to contact me, must contact. We will provide you all the details which are required, which is necessary for you building your career in the field of finance. No, sir, you are not audible. Okay, so till the time, let me just tell few important things. So what we have done in this lecture, basically I explain you different disciplines of finance where we need to increase our knowledge. We need to enhance our knowledge. If we can do that,
Hello.
then only we can make our career in the field of finance. Yes, Samir, sir, now you're audible.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now we are moving towards the end of the session. That's the vote of thanks, of course. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this session. It has been pleasure to host all the students of this seminar. I wish to express our appreciation to Dr. Ganesh Pathare, sir, for sharing with our students your valuable inputs opinion, experience, expertise regarding the different aspects of finance and the career. I hope that all the students have definitely some takeaway from this session. I'm also thankful to Dr. Manjushri Sardeshpande ma'am, head of the English department, and coordinator IQAC for their continual unfailing technical support. Once again, to our speaker, Dr. Ganesh Patare sir, thank you for your fruitful session. Now, with due permission of the Honorable Principal and HOD Commerce, I declare that today's session is over. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you all.
Okay, all the students, you can leave now. Thank you. I'll share the sir's contact number. Yeah, once again, I'll share the contact number. Ganesh sir, can you share your contact number?
Yes, sure, sir. Sure, no problem. Just give me a second. Yes, my number is there.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Hello. Okay.